This was the look of Jason Tindall after Virgil van Dijk received a red card mere minutes after Newcastle took the lead versus Liverpool. And this is what happens when football goes severely, severely wrong. That was one of the most entertaining, gripping and nerve-wracking games we will see in this Premier League season. And I want to take you moment by moment talking about the important things that happened in this match that led to Darwin Nunez coming on in the final stages of the match and committing a heist of the 3 points at St. James's. Super early on into the game, Trent Alexander-Arnold received a yellow card. Instantly, that put a target on his back for the likes of Anthony, who was going to be running at him the entire game. Remember that yellow card, because what Trent did later shows how good of a player he really is. That moment immediately got St. James's up on their feet, and the hope for the 3 points suddenly got even stronger. Now, saying that about Alexander-Arnold, he was at fault for the first goal. He miscontrolled a back pass and Anthony Gordon could latch on to the loose ball and slotted that ball calmly with such composure past Alisson. I don't think I hate a player more than I do Anthony Gordon, so I was pretty pissed off. But what happened next made it 10 times worse. 3 minutes, maybe not even that, after Newcastle went 1-0 up, Van Dijk puts a challenge in on Isaac and sees red. It was a huge moment in the game. Liverpool's captain, Liverpool's main centre-back, being sent off after Newcastle had just gone 1-0 up, after the crowd was already on their feet. Suddenly, St. James's turned into a cauldron, and it looked like it was going to be a very long day for Liverpool. But we need to talk about this red card. I don't think it is a red. Is Van Dijk in the best possible position he should be in? No. Is it a slightly rash and uncalculated defensive action? Yes. But is it a red card? No. We don't know if he's denying a goal-scoring opportunity. Isaac was already in front of the ball, perhaps even going down before Van Dijk kicked through him. And whatever you say about the challenge from Van Dijk, it was perfectly timed. However much contact he made with Isaac, it's really difficult to tell. He made a clean connection with that ball. Maybe it's a foul, but a red card seems so harsh. So heading into the second half, it was quite difficult to understand what the plan was, really, as a Liverpool fan. Were we going to try and shut up shop and not concede a goal? Or were we going to try and score an equalizer and nick one late on? But then Jurgen Klopp made a really strange decision. We're talking 16 minutes in. He took off Endo, our only defensive midfielder, when we've got 10 men on the pitch, and Endo is now sat on the bench. Suddenly, Liverpool actually had 2 sixes rather than the 1 single pivot, and it kind of made sense so that they could probably cover both ends of the pitch. And actually, I think it was to protect the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson from having to defend 1v1, because either of the sixes were used as doubling up on the wingers for Newcastle. It was a strange decision. It was a ballsy decision, but one later on might be the most vital decision. And this is where we get into box office football. In the 77th minute, Darwin Nunez came on for Cody Gakpo, and he was about to flip the entire script. Only 4 minutes into his appearance, and actually only 2 minutes after he wasted an opportunity with a poor touch, it was Sven Botman with the poor touch, almost eerily similar to the mistake made by Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Darwin Nunez latches onto the loose ball and releases a wonder shot from far out, from an acute angle, and it nicks off of the post into the bottom left-hand corner past Nick Pope, and Darwin Nunez had snatched the point at St. James's, the point that Liverpool had held on to for 40, 50 minutes. The reason that their line was so high and their press was so deep so they can compact the midfield, try and nick a counter-attack at any moment possible, Darwin Nunez made it possible to get a point. I'm going to be honest with you. The game finished 20 minutes ago. Darwin Nunez scored his second about 23 minutes ago, and I cannot remember a single detail of it. All I can tell you is Darwin Nunez in St. James's, a St. James's that was a cauldron throughout the entire game. You have to hand it to the Newcastle fans. They make going to that stadium a living hell, especially after all of the events that had happened before. It seemed nigh on impossible to get any sort of result at St. James's. But Darwin Nunez releases another beautiful strike after months and months and months of missing opportunities, snatching at chances, not having any composure, this was the moment he had all of the composure. And Liverpool came away from St. James's 10 men down, no captain, no defensive midfielder. They came away with 3 points. Before you go though, I need to tell you this. The face that will be in all of our minds is Darwin Nunez. But the man that we need to remember is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Remember earlier on in the video, he was booked 6 minutes in. And from then on out, any other player in his position, in the cauldron that is St. James's, with his captain going off and him receiving the captaincy, being targeted, rightfully so, by Anthony Gordon, Almiron, Joe Linton, Kieran Trippier, any other player in his position would have dropped their head and did something very stupid. But instead, Trent Alexander-Arnold put in a professional and world-class performance. That performance, not putting in any stupid challenges, was a huge reason Liverpool came away with the 3 points. And he is one of the most underrated Englishmen in this country playing football. Not just in general. I don't know all English men. But English men playing football, he's the most underrated. Liverpool come away with the 3 points. Go away. This is it. This is football.